Shalom. Kol halal Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai Bahasham Rakahak Wadash. Double honors unto the apostles, double honors unto the elder bishops. Salutations to all my fellow laborers doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so, now more so than ever. The would-be judges, the 144,000, the tabernacle of David, which are 12,000 men from each of the 12 tribes of Israel, right? Primarily making up the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans here in America, whether you accept it or not, regardless of how you feel about it. They will be the new governing body here on earth. This is why they're hated and mistreated and held down. All right, and to the rest of the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth, that be like unto the speckled bird, the Israelite foreigners among the heathen, who have the appearance of the heathen. This is not a black only thing. All right, Yahweh Shai, who the world fraudulently and falsely calls JC, is coming back to restore them to their normalcy and to put the tabernacle of David in the rulership seat in the kingdom of heaven, which will be here on earth as it is in heaven, as it is written. And to the few Akwaf that are listening and learning, to you, I say Shalom. This is your brother Malcolm from the branch of the great millstone, coming at you another lesson in truth. All right. And, I got wind of this woman. I stumbled across one of her videos, maybe a little over a year ago. Been watching her ever since. The sister's diligent, what she does not understand is prophecy. And if you really pay attention to her videos, you can see the hopelessness growing. All right. Like this one says, Americans are admitting that they're stealing. All right. And funny thing is that pale women been stealing all along. They were too busy watching the women of color. I mean, Edomites in general. They even showed you that in the movie Don't Be a Menace. All right. How the Koreans will hurry up and buy to the Negroes in a store, so-called Negroes. And the white guy had a shopping bag, was cleaning them out. Okay. He's stealing because the whole time they following them around the store. And this white guy just, went on a 5-finger discount shopping spree. But besides all that, it's just showing you the state of America. Then you see at the bottom portion of the screen, it says Americans are living in hotels. All right. So that's the worst progression, because actually it was another video that said Americans can't afford rent anywhere. So then that was, so you went to Americans admit they're stealing, then down here to Americans are living in hotels. All right. And now it's to Americans are living in their cars. All this is a progression of deterioration. And we were warned that these things would happen, as it leads us up to the last couple prophecies, the big prophecies. And what's left is World War III, the third woe. All right. The insurrection that's going to happen here in America, which is America's on the verge of that. And of course, the MOTB, the forced implementation of their technocracy, which is going to be, which is the fulfillment of Revelation 13, 16 through 18, which will usher the other two in. All right. Because what's going to happen is they're going to force that. It's going to make life even harder than what it already is. People are going to lose it. And then to try to bring things back to normal, they're going to come with the solution. And the solution is the MOTB. So this living in your cars is going to lead to this. All right. Let me get out the first, let me grab the scripture. Yeah, I'm going to read the copyright statute. And this is 2 Ezra 15. And 14, and it reads, and this is, and by the way, this is from a scene from the show Homestead. And I'm only going to show us, a few seconds of it. Don't want to get hit with any copyright, But it says, Revelation 15 and 14. Second Ezra 15:14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword in their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, and they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. All right. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act, 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is permitted by the copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Okay, so I'm going to play, maybe about less than 30 seconds, maybe 15 to 20 seconds of this scene here from the Homestead series. All right.
We fight to the last man.
Or the last woman. This has been foretold!
There's a girl that can see the future. You know what happens?
I saw them die. Over and over.
There's a 600-man army coming to kill us and strip this place bare.
Why would I grow food
when I could just take it to?
And see, that is the mindset of Esau, Edom. All right, always has been. The Bible gave you his destiny and his purpose. By the sword he shall live. When you live by the sword, that means you're coming with war machines and soldiers to take other people's shit, and they still do it to this day. All the time we're screaming, Cesare Borgia, Edomite Jesus, white Jesus, sword, gun, disease, and as if they're the righteous form of law. No, if the form of law is live by the sword, take other people's shit, and that makes you righteous, then they would be the righteous. That is how they live. And as long as there's breath in the Edomite's lungs, while their heart beats, they're going to achieve to take other people's shit after they build it up. He just told you the whole breakdown of the Edomite race. They're still doing it to this day via diplomacy and democracy, as they call it. Democracy, grenade. You can't say one without the other because that's how it comes. Democracy comes with violence, soldiers, and machines of war. All right. Let's go to Genesis. I'm just trying to find it real quick. He was told, by the sword he shall live. Yeah. This is Genesis 27 and 38. Okay, and this is after Jacob received the blessing. So Jacob was already promised the kingdom of heaven, which is going to be here on earth, rulership over all the races, over all the earth. All right. Why would he be rulership? Why would he have rulership up in the cloud somewhere in a make-believe city of what, Christianism has gave you, this false picture, which isn't biblical, of what heaven is. Heaven and hell are conditions played out here on earth. Thus saith the Bible. All right. Remember when Jonah was in the belly of the fish, of the giant fish, he cried out from hell. He was in a hellish condition. All right. Revelation, I think it's 20 and 14, when it says hell and suffering shall be cast into the lake of fire. How, if the hell is the lake of fire, how can it be cast into itself? You Christians are stupid, low level, and you read words in another language, in the English language or whatever language, you have to go back to the root of what the Bible is printed in Greek and Hebrew. It is imperative that you look up words in the original language so that you get the proper understanding. Then you would know that hell just means the ground, or in some cases, a suffering, a condition. All right. But this is Genesis 27:38. And it reads, and Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and the dew of heaven from above. Meaning you're going to be wealthy. You're going to live better than everybody else. But how? And by the sword thou shalt live, and thou shalt serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass when thou shalt have dominion, and that thou shalt break his yoke off thy neck. So he let him know he's going to be a servant, but then he was going to get the dominion. All right. And Esau hated Jacob, Jacob, because of the blessing. So Esau's blessing was a temporary blessing, and we're at the end of it now. All right. In 2nd Ezra, it tells you that Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. Because when you go back up and you read Jacob's blessing, he got the dominion. He got the kingdom of heaven, which is rulership over all the other races, all the other people. Thus saith the Bible, not me. Verse 41. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherein his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the day of mourning my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. And these words of Esau, her elder son, were told to Rebekah, and she went and called Jacob her younger son, and said unto him, behold, thy brother Esau, as touching thee, doth comfort himself, purposing to kill thee. All right. So, you know, when you read about Jacob and Esau, even though they came from the same father, same mother, from the same waters, the same sperm line, the Lord made them different. One came out normal, brown, melanated like everyone else. And then one came out red, pale. All right. The people who call themselves Caucasian or white today, they are the Edomites. Even the rabbis tell you that Rome, white Christendom, Christianism, Western Christianity, European Christianity is Esau, Edom. All right. And there's no getting around it. And the prophecies are playing out. So after what we just watched happens, okay, this is the final. So we're going to play. Yeah. And this living in cars. How safe you think these women are going to be, you know, in these cars? I'm going to kill the sound.
How it look like in the U.S. It's pretty much.
Let's just go through. Look at that. How safe didn't, that's an attractive woman. Hell, the woman, this woman's channel, this sister is fine as hell, man. But how safe are you going to be living in your car? She's telling you that she's living in a car, and she, you know, and she's not alone. You got all these women now that are living in their cars. When it gets to this, okay, all right, he said they're coming to kill us and strip this place bare. All right.
Strip this place bare.
When it gets to this, okay, he said, why would he grow food when he can just take it? Look at that. That's what's coming for her. Give them hell, boys. That's what he said. Yep. And after they finish ravishing and killing any men that are around that might be wanting to protect you, they're going to have their way with you. It's going to get really, really bad out here, man. All right. It's going to get really, really bad. So without any further ado, we're going to go to the beloved brother's arrow of indignation. I'm going to run the majority of this video play and just add some scripture and commentary as it goes, as the Spirit allows.
Good evening. 2,300 kilometers. That is the distance between northern Venezuela and Miami. Flight time for a modern cruise missile at subsonic speed.
Now, he's talking about a cruise missile at subsonic speed from Venezuela to Miami. All right. 2,300 nautical miles, which speedboat kilometers. A speedboat cannot reach Miami. So, you know, this whole bombing of boats, fishermen, which has never been proved to have drugs or gangbangers on it or whatever. You know, how we just by the sword with their living. They're just doing what they do. All right.
11 minutes. Flight time for a ballistic missile on a depressed trajectory. 7 minutes. These numbers did not matter last week. These numbers were theoretical, academic, the kind of calculations defense analysts run during peacetime exercises and then file away because the scenarios seem too improbable to warrant serious planning.
So what changed to make it where it was just theory, or, you know, and then now to make it reality? Listen up.
Those numbers matter now because Russia just positioned systems in Venezuela that turned theoretical into operational. And major American cities just entered a threat envelope they have not faced since the Cold War.
Russia has set up missile batteries in Venezuela and troops on the ground. We keep telling you this shit is about to go down, man. And it is about to go down. This is Second Ezra 9:1, and it reads, "And he answered me and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then thou shalt understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world," the amount of earthquakes and the amount of uproars of the people is just going nonstop. There's been more earthquakes since they've been recording earthquakes in the last 10 years. It's been literally tens of thousands of earthquakes around the world. Oh, and now I also heard too that Russia has a tsunami missiles or bombs. So if they shoot a couple of those into the Gulf of Mexico or the Gulf of America, what happens to all those coastal cities from Florida, Georgia, the Carolinas, Louisiana? Man. All right. So with that being said, let's continue. "Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest, even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonders and powers of works and endings and signs of effects." We've been seeing the signs in the sky. The chariots have been moving around. They call them UAPs and UFOs. You've been seeing the earthquakes, uproars of the people like never before in the history of mankind. And the prophets on the highways and byways, all right, giving you all these things. And then the church was never speaking about these things. The churches mimic us now. You know, they scoffed us at first. Now they mimic our way of teaching. Readers and everything. Okay, except for you'll never see us say, "and God," and all that bullshit. You know, as if you say God, that's going to make it more righteous or more holy or something. No, the word is, you know, that's a title, and the word is just God. All right, it's just a title. It's not an actual name. And there are many gods. There's only one true God. Okay? But it says, "And everyone that shall be saved shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby you have believed." See, only people going to be saved are those who endure to the end. So that all I'm saved, that's not scriptural. Are you saved? Saved from what? All these things haven't happened yet. You're not living through this. Okay? At all. All right? Troops storming, kicking in your doors, raping your wife, raping your sons, raping your daughters, eating your food, killing your neighbors, kicking in their doors. You're not living through any of that. So what the hell are you saved from? It hasn't happened yet. Okay? And most of you are going to take the MOTB because how you think they're going to bring this to an end? They're going to come with the solution, man. And what's that solution going to be? Revelation 13. And when they do that and make life impossible for the elect, that's when the whole world is in trouble, and Babylon is in the worst trouble of all. This is Revelation 13 and 16. And he calls of all, both great and small, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the BEAST or the number of his name. So if you got that charagma, you know, that implant under your skin that can track you like a telephone, that can track your vitals, where you walk past a camera and it'll flash your name and show your face, and they know and they know exactly where you are, and it comes with a social credit score. All right, this will make them lowercase gods. Like I said, there are many gods. All right, that is godlike power for you to get an alert and know what everyone is at all times, and know if what people are buying, and you're able to decide whether they can buy that or whether they can buy it all. That's giving you godlike power. And that means what that means is that's a totalitarian rule by the sword they're living and controlling you. And if you're not in their favor, and then we already see the wickedness they do now, how much more when they have that kind of power? And the Lord is not going to allow it, because Edom has a cutoff date. And that time is close at hand. As a matter of fact, we'll get a scripture on that. And we'll wrap it up. And that made me think of Job. Job 18 and Job 20. Both are good. This is Job 20 and 12. Though wickedness be sweet in his mouth, though he hide it under his tongue, though he spare it and forsake it not, but keep it still within his mouth, yet his meat in his bowels shall be turned into the gall of ass within him. He hath swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again. God has cast them out of his belly. Esau getting ready to lose everything that he has, everything that he's taken. All right, it's over. He's getting ready to set this trap, and the trap is gonna entrap him. Job 18 and 8. I'm going to start at verse 5. Here the light of the wicked shall be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not shine. The light shall be dark in his tabernacle, and his candle shall be put out with him. So within his race, the tabernacle of Edom, they are the wicked. The steps of his strength shall be straightened, and his own counsel shall cast him down. The nations are turned against him. All right. 4 major Eurasian Edomite nations have come, allies have putting sanctions on and come against America. Right? Esau is fucked. And now, starting all this shit down in South America, he's got China and Russia in his back door. Troops on the ground and missile batteries. They can reach America in 7 minutes. Okay? Verse 8. For he shall cast into a net by his own feet, and he shall walketh upon a snare. He's going to be trapped in his own shit, man. Verse 16. His root shall be dried up beneath, and above shall a branch be cut off. No more sons, no more Edomites. His remembrance shall perish from the earth, and he shall have no name in the street. All right, and he's pretty much getting to be that way now, because Edomites are pretty much dirt in the street right now with the other nations. All right. He shall accept the nigger woman like this one on the screen with her Edomite husband. All right. She's the only one that's stupid enough to uphold. His own woman is turning on him. All right. But scripture has to be fulfilled. When the scripture says she that is my enemy, it's literally talking about the end of that you see on the screen. It's literally talking about her. Not the other tribes, all right? It's talking about her. He shall be driven from the light into darkness and chased out of the world. He shall neither have son or nephew among his people, nor any remaining in his dwelling. So without men, you can't continue. Something that, unfortunately, many so-called Negro women do not understand. All right, women in general, right? It's not a woman that continues her race. It's the man that continues the race. The seed lies within the man. That's why they call it the family jewels. All right, you come from your father, not your mother. Your father places you in your mother. Your mother bears his fruit, and that's how it works. So your lineage, your life starts in your father's loins until he shoots you into your mother. That's how it works. It's really that simple. All right, so there's no such thing as mixed. Okay, you can't mix a seed. A woman's body is made to receive seed. And if it receives seed from a race that's not her own, she's going to bear that race's fruit. Though the child may look like her, it's still not her people. So you got to think about it, man. That's powerful. You could give birth to a man's children and they still not be your people. Think about that, man. That's heavy, bro. That's heavy. Here you are pumping out babies, pushing out babies that are definitely your children, but not your people. Damn. All right. It says, and they that come after him shall be astonished at this day, as they went before were affrighted. Surely are the dwellings of the wicked, and this is a place of him that knoweth not God. So Esau is about to meet his demise at his own hands. His success is going to be bring his destruction. So with that, I'm going to give all praises, all honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rikah, Quadash, Kwam, Yasharallah, Abad, Babal.